Let's see. Okay. All right, I'll finish up on my husband's phone. Sorry about that. Those of you that got lost in the middle can go to Torah Direct and pick up the end of this class. So we were finishing up a thought on receiving reward for the good deeds that we do in this world. And I was telling a story of Rabbi Chani ben Dosa. Rabbi Chani ben Dosa and his wife were very, very poor. And one day his wife complained, and so he asked his wife, should we ask for a portion of our reward in the world to come? And that's what they decided to do, so that they would have what to live on. So out of heaven came a golden leg, and it was the leg of a table made of pure gold. And they took that golden leg, and they were very, very excited. And they planned the next day to take the golden leg and to sell it. And from the proceeds, they'd be able to have lots of money. That night, when they went to sleep, Rabbi Hanina had a dream. And he dreamed that he was in Gan Eden. He was in paradise. And all the people around him were sitting at tables enjoying the beauty of paradise. Whatever's going on in paradise, they're enjoying it. And they're sitting, everybody is sitting at a 3-legged table. And he and his wife are sitting at a table that only had 2 legs. And when he woke up, he immediately went and prayed to God and said, please take back the leg. I don't want to have any of my reward in the world to come taken away and used in this world. But the truth of the matter is, the Baal Shem Tov taught us from his story that he wasn't looking for reward, not in this world and not in the world to come. His reward was the mitzvah itself. And actually, one of the teachings in the Mishnah we're going to learn later on is that the reward of a mitzvah is a mitzvah, and we'll learn to understand a little bit more about that. But for now, just to understand the concept of a mitzvah is something that connects us to God. And to have that relationship with Hashem, that relationship with God, is such a great privilege that it's something that we should appreciate. And the Mishnah finishes, Vihi mora shamayim aleichem, and let the fear of heaven be upon you. And what does that mean? That means that on the one hand, the love of Hashem is what encourages us to fulfill the positive commandments, but we also have to have the fear of heaven, and that prevents us from transgressing any of the negative commandments. And as the Alter Rebbe explains in the Tanya, that what does it mean, the fear of heaven? There are actually 2 kinds of fear. There's a lower level of fear and there's a higher level of fear. The lower level of fear is something that we need to have to start with, and that is the fear of retribution, the fear of, as Hashem says, if you will listen to what I tell you, you will have what you need, and if you don't, God forbid, the opposite will be. But that's a very immature relationship. This isn't the relationship that Antignos is describing over here. The higher level of fear is what the transgression does to our relationship with God, that it causes a rift between us and between HaKadosh Baruch Hu and between Hashem. And that's why we conclude this Mishnah, and Antignos says, V'hi more shamayim aleichem, let the fear of heaven be upon you. In addition, if we remember that we said at the beginning of the Mishnah today and during these 3 Mishnahs that we've been learning, that our purpose in this world is to reveal God. So when we have this lesson, V'himora shamayim aleichem, let the fear of heaven be upon you, it means that the fear of heaven should emanate from us. When we live our lives in a way that we want to cleave to God, and we do the right thing, and we recognize the privilege, and we serve Hashem with love, then when we go out into the world, the people around us look at us and say, there goes a godly person. V'himora shamayim aleichem. Let the fear of God, meaning let the presence of God be revealed through each and every single one of us. I want to apologize for the little technical difficulties over there. And Mitzvah Hashem, next week we will continue in the study of ethics of the fathers. Have a wonderful evening, everybody. Stay well, stay happy, and be grateful for all good things. Have a good night.